when you watch a movie, and is there a fight scene that sticks out to you that you think is like, man, that's legit, that's real?
I've seen like some like stuff where you're like, okay, you know what I mean?
Like the power bomb from Kurt Angle in Warrior. I feel like you were liking the movie up to that very moment.
That's not really, man. That's the thing. Watching like the MMA movies, almost all of those, I'm like, nah,
zero.
Yeah. Those are they're always like a little like corny, a little extra dramatic, but then also like. Yeah, I don't know. I wish I could get it. I wish there was one, but it makes sense. Like I said, that movie Whiplash, like the drumming movie, I love that movie. Mm-hmm. But I hear drummers hate that movie.
Really?
Yeah. So it makes sense. You know what I mean? It's I think it's not for me.
Bull Durham is one of the best baseball movies of all time, and Tim Robbins is one of the single worst pitchers in the history of film or cinema. I mean, that was unreal.
Yeah.
That was like ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Like was a pitcher. Like it was like, all right, you've never seen baseball in your life. This is what a windup is, and then there you go, CGI.
I love Interstellar, but I imagine if I was an astrophysicist and I was watching that movie, I'd be really bothered.
Yeah. Neil deGrasse Tyson, I think, ripped that apart.
Yeah. Him.
Yeah.
I like that. It was
great.
Yeah. I don't want to hear his critique of that.
Well, you've heard that too about Star Wars, where like scientists are like, there's no sound in space, and they roll their eyes, and it's like, what? It's a movie, man. Yeah, it's doof. Yeah, you can't knock away lasers with a laser sword either. It's a cool movie, man.
Right.
Like I like that stuff. The suspension of disbelief stuff I like. What I don't like is Mickey Ward having losses he didn't have in real life and wins he didn't have, and making that into a movie while the guy's still alive. Why are we doing that?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. Like you're retconning a real guy's life. That doesn't make any sense to me. That's the stuff that drives me out of my mind, man. Like, even in your movie, Remember the Titans, apparently kind of didn't go down that way. Apparently,
I'm sure none of it went down that way.
Yeah, apparently nobody kind of liked that character. They didn't like the guy. The guy was like a jerk, you know. And
I've heard that
Boone?
too.
Coach Boone was like, and the guy who played the asshole white guy who ends up learning his lesson at the end.
He was the nice one.
He was like the real guy. He was like, no, we got to bring these guys in. And
the guy who is Gary Bertier's friend, and then he
the coach.
Will Patton.
Oh, okay.
The white coach. He had the little blonde dog.
Yost.
Yes, correct.
Coach Yost.
Correct. Yeah.
Yost, yeah.
Yeah, so like all that stuff drives me out of my mind, with Molly's Game is another one. Everybody loves Aaron Sorkin, everything he does, and I'm just sitting here going like, there's literally nothing Molly Bloom does not know for a fact, a 100% fact in that movie. And the idea that like nobody would take her as a client, it's complete fucking fiction. She had a team of 11 lawyers, like immediately. Like that's the shit. It just drives me out of my mind. I don't understand why. I get movie magic or whatever, but like we're retconning real events. That to me is just lying.
Well, I did another movie based on true events called Deepwater Horizon. And that, I will say, we went out of our way to portray everything that happened exactly as it happened. The people's family were on set. We were talking to, you know what I mean?
Like, that's sick.
That's not typical.
So do you think it's more careless that people, or is they're just being cutting corners?
I think it goes back and forth. One is like, you got to make a compelling movie, and reality isn't always conducive to a compelling movie.
Fair.
And so, you're going to hire Denzel Washington. You're going to make him the hero.
You have to.
He's not going to be the dick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if he is the dick, he's got to come around in the end. But that's not the story. The story is he's the really good coach that leads this team. Like, that's the story, that he couldn't get a job. Finally, he gets the job. Mm-hmm. There's pushback. Like, that's a better story than we brought this dude in. He was a fucking asshole.
True.
You know?
That's fair.
Yeah.
Totally fair.